Hello and welcome back to the dotCMS Content Contributor course. This lesson is going to focus on the dotCMS front end and back end calendar feature. As you can see, we're looking here at the front end and we're looking at some events on this sample calendar. Now this is just built as an example for webmasters, but if we click on any of the dates in the current month, let's just go ahead and click on the 27th here, then we can see from November 26th to December 2nd, we've got some events here, and we can click on any of the dates in this list of calendar events, and then we can see the detail on this event. We can also see upcoming related events to this event. If we click on one of the tags on that event, then we can filter our events by tag. If we click on categories, we can then filter further by looking for a specific category of events such as product demonstration. If we click through the calendar, this clears our filters, and then we would have to select any of the other dates to see more of the upcoming events in that month. We can also click through older events or newer events on a week-by-week basis. So now if we switch back to the dotCMS calendar on the back end, it's located here under Content and Calendar. Then we can take a look at the events from the back end perspective and edit those events. Now let's look at the views that are available here. We can click on a day view and see an event on a particular day. We can click on the week view and look at the events during a particular week, or the month view. If we click on any one of these events, such as this one, How to Build an Online Business Seminar, we can then get a preview of the event and see if there's any tags or categories when the event's going to occur. We can republish, unpublish, copy the event, or edit the event. In this case, it's a recurring event, and it's asking us whether we want to edit only this instance and break it away from the series of events, or whether we want to edit all of the events in the series. If we click all of the events in the series, then we're getting a preview of what is scheduled for this event. If we look here on the start date, it's starting at 5/15/2017, 7:30 p.m. And if we look here at the end date, it never ends, and it occurs on the third Friday of every month. So this is an ongoing event. If we made a change here to the end date, or we decided that it should have a specific end date, then we would be changing the entire event series. But let's not make any changes to this event, and let's add some events of our own. To add an event to the event calendar, click on the Add Event button in the upper right-hand corner. The calendar event fields are a host or folder field where you're storing your event for which website, a title field, a start date, an end date that can be repeatable or not based on day, week, month, or annually, a description field, a URL link field, an image field, a file field for any downloadables, and a tag taxonomy and a category taxonomy to label your events. Now I've already populated an upcoming SpaceX event with a fake date on it, and I've put it as a one-day event starting on December 14th of 2017 at 8 p.m. and with an end date of the same day, so there's no repeating here on this event. I've pasted my description, and now what you would commonly do is add some sort of image that's associated with the event. So I'll click Browse, and I'll click on this Zuma launch photo, and I'll add some tags. So appropriate for SpaceX would probably be SpaceX, and you just place a comma, and maybe we want to put Elon Musk, and if we start typing we can see he's already tagged in the system, and maybe Falcon 9, and launch, and then we would select a category. If we click on categories, we can see there's conferences, release dates, seminars, a few extra that I added here, including launch event. So I click and I add that launch event, and I just simply close. Now I can save and publish my event, and it's added to our calendar here in December. Here's our SpaceX event on the 14th. Now if I click back to my front-end calendar and look on December 14th, here's my event. I click on my event, and now I can see my description of my event on the front end of the site. But what if we want to add a recurring event? So let's go back, and I've got another event here that I've set up for a Tesla experience coming up in Cocoa Beach. And what you would do then is it's from the 3rd to the 9th. So I've already selected the start date here, and the end date, it isn't currently repeating, but I'll click here on daily. It is a daily event from the 3rd to the 9th. So then I can pick my end date. And here is my end date on the 9th of the month. And I could schedule it weekly and pick the days of the week that it's going to repeat. I could schedule it monthly on the first Sunday or some other day of the week, put no end date on it, or I could schedule it annually, the same thing with some other parameters. But we're just going to leave this as daily. It ends on the 9th, and here I've got my description. I'll once again choose an image here from my images gallery here of some cars. And if I go to my tags, now we already added Elon Musk into the system, so he's there. And then if we go to add Tesla, that's already there. And automobiles, maybe automotive. And you really want to click on the tags as they're suggested to you so that you don't end up with plural and singular nouns, things like that. Now this is going to be a product demonstration, so I'll click on the categories and click on product demonstration and save and publish my event. So now we can see here in December, the 3rd through the 9th, our event is occurring. If I click on any one of these events, I once again get the preview. I can click on edit. It asks me if I want to break away only this one instance or all of the events in the series. Let's just say we want to actually remove this event or move it to another day. So I could say I only want to pick the event on the 9th, and I want to maybe move it to the 17th or the 23rd. We'll pick that. And since we're breaking it away, it automatically has deselected it as a repeating event. We'll just say this one day has shifted. We could lock this event, save and publish it, and now we can see the event has disappeared on the 9th and now has moved down here to the 23rd. If we click on any of the other events in the series, we click on Edit Event, and you can see it's still part of the series, but if we click over here, we can see that if we edit, it's just a single event. It's not part of a series, so it doesn't give us that warning. Clicking on Today will move you back to the current day, and then depending upon how you are filtering your calendar events, you can then click through the next series of events based upon that date filter. This brings us to the end of our coverage of dotCMS calendar events. I hope it was helpful, and now you're ready to move on to the next Content Contributor course lesson.